Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone. Doctor Who star Nicholas Briggs, voice of the Daleks, has said, "Revolution of the Daleks is a lovely gift." Right, let's get straight into this article anyway, and I'll read it for you. So this is from, obviously, Nick Briggs himself, and the article is from Hugh Fullerton, the Shill, of the Radio Times, the guy that actually said that the future of Doctor Who would probably be animated, and it comes out a few weeks later to say that the show is actually getting ready for production. I wouldn't be listening to anything that comes out of that idiot's mouth. But let's read his article anyway. So he says, Doctor Who star says Revolution of the Daleks is a lovely gift to Whovians this Christmas time. Exclusive. Nicholas Briggs, who voices the Daleks in the series, thinks fans have plenty to look forward to in the sci-fi series, as well as his new turn in an animated spin-off. The future of Doctor Who is still a slight mystery to fans, with rumours abounding of delay or structure changes for Jodie Whittaker's next series as BBC gears up for filming in the next few weeks. Again, he is going with this line that BBC is gearing up, but he has absolutely no evidence to back up his claim. Still, before all Whovians can look forward to the festive special Revolution of the Daleks, which was by chance filmed before the UK-wide lockdown shutdown TV production, and according to one of the episode's stars, it might be a perfect balm for fans waiting for Series 13. So what they're basically going to do is they're going to air the festive special on New Year's Day. That way it buys BBC time, and they could say that they actually showed Doctor Who in 2021. You don't need to be a rocket scientist, but clearly, if you're Hugh Fullerton, you need to be a rocket scientist, because, you need these things explained to you. It's a whole lot of work, and I finished it all. Nicholas Briggs, who has voiced the Daleks since 2005 and stars in this special this winter, told theradiotimes.com. Now, remember, Rabbi actually did an interview with Nick Briggs. Go and check it out. I think it was great that they got ahead and did this festive special, and it turns out to be extremely fortuitous, actually, a lot more than they probably had intended. So I think it will be a great gift to Doctor Who fans, and a lovely, lovely bit of Doctor Who at Christmas time, or round about whenever it's going to be, when it's going to be, sorry. I doubt it's going to be Christmas, and it won't be a lovely gift. We can't stand this era. We want this era to be over. So the fact that you still don't get it, Nick, even after being on Rabbi's channel, he has told you that fans aren't happy, but you're still going with this crap. Briggs, who previously described his time filming the special as full of interesting challenges, went on to make clear by Christmas time that he meant the entire holiday, which the episode-specific air date still yet to be announced by the BBC, but expected to either air New Year's Day, following the footsteps of the previous episodes and specials, or earlier around Christmas Day. It's not going to happen Christmas Day. So get that out of your head, Hugh. And after that, season 13 beckons. Though Briggs remained cagey about any details, dodging questions on whether Chris Chibnall's team had already been in touch about getting him to perform more monster voices in new episodes. It's all coming, and there's people sorting it all out, he said. Again, I'm not particularly involved in it, so I won't really know what they're planning for the new series of Doctor Who, but it's definitely going to happen. I'm not privy to any decisions about anything like that. It's just me speculating as an average Dalek, but I'm sure that ways and means will be found to make Doctor Who. And fans who really can't wait to get stuck, who can't wait, will still get new Doctor Who action are in luck, with Briggs soon to star in an online-only spin-off called Daleks, which follows some of the Doctor's greatest foes in 5 short animated adventures. The dream job for me was to become the voice of the Daleks all those years ago, back in 2004, and this just takes it to another level. Really, he told us. It's full-on dark action with great characters, and you maybe wouldn't expect from Daleks because you tend to think of them as a bit monotone. It really compelling drama and lots of fun and something very spectacular for the family to look at. It is great for the adults, fans, and as well as children of all ages. In other words, we're in a total Dalek smorgasbord. That's a weird name. In the coming weeks, and we can't wait. Egg whisk at the ready. Oh, souffle girl. Oh, souffle girl. Then that must be. Ooh, is that a bit of a spoiler? Egg whisks at the ready. Woo! We do know that Clara liked to use an old egg whisk when she was doing her souffles. So there you go. Apparently, according to Nicholas Briggs, this festive special is a gift to fans. I don't really think Nicholas Briggs gets the anger with fans. Fans are not looking forward to this special. Fans have already said that they're not going to watch. The only ones that are going to watch are the few on Twitter that moan and complain about us having an opinion on the series. There's not going to be enough of those people to give BBC the numbers that they'd want for this story. Listen, Doctor Who's in trouble. The other side can spin it all they want. I'm not surprised by Nicholas Briggs, to be quite honest with you. You know, I've had me doubts about him since Rabbi's done the interview with him. I've said he is shill. He is woke. He's just very clever in the way he comes across. See, with him, he might be woke, but he's willing to listen to other people, whereas the people that are woke and don't listen to people, obviously that's why we give out. But he's willing to listen to people, but that still doesn't change the fact that he's woke as crap. You know, it still doesn't change the fact that, you know, if he had a problem with what they're doing with Doctor Who, obviously he's just an actor. He can't really say that much. But I mean, you know, he has been voicing the Daleks. If he didn't like the way the Daleks were being portrayed in the series, I'm sure he could say something. But again, would he? I don't think so. I think he's sold on all of this. And I think he's been very clever because he knows Big Finish could be hurt badly. So he's trying, basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to pander to both sides and to keep both sides happy. Now, is that a bad thing? Not really. But again, you know, it just goes to show you that they do anything for us to buy their Big Finish and stuff to keep them afloat. And as we have heard from YouTubers that have been doing Big Finish audios and reviewing them, lately the Big Finish audios coming out, a lot of them are woke. So, you know, if people were saying, you know, Nick Briggs would be a good choice for showrunner and stuff and this, that, and the other, I disagree. He would just be the same as the rest of them. He doesn't care. You know, he pretends to care because he wants Big Finish to succeed and to continue to succeed. So, yeah, you know what? I said it at the time. I thought he was only saying these things because, you know, he just wanted people to buy his Big Finish. But you can clearly see, you know, he's supporting this, you know. And if you're supporting and I know he's in it, but he's still supporting it. He's still supporting Revolution of the Daleks, and we know what happened with the Timeless Children. So as far as I'm concerned, he's just like the rest of them. And you know, it's until this era is either retconned or they get rid of Whittaker. You know, there's got to be a lot of anger out there. Fans are not happy. Again, I had a big debate on Twitter about the ratings. Listen, you could spin the ratings all you want and say that our AI or our overnights or 7-day consolidated figures were better than Peter Capaldi's. You're wrong, actually, now, because they've, you know, if you look at the numbers now, they've all been updated. Peter Capaldi's era is actually faring a lot better than people actually realise. Peter Capaldi's era is not as bad in the AI, the 20-day consolidated or the 7-day consolidated figures. It's not actually bad. Considering that Peter Capaldi was moved around from time slot to time slot on a Saturday, that's the reason for the fact that the ratings were shifting all the time. With Jodie Whittaker has no such excuse. She was on a permanent time slot on a Sunday, sandwiched in between Country Foil and Strictly Come Dancing. Now, some people are arguing the point that it was poor scheduling on the BBC's part. No, it wasn't. The time that they had Jodie Whittaker on was perfect for the kids and the adults. Perfect time. Tea time, like TV has always been shown. Tea time. So, again, it's not that because TV habits have changed or anything like this. People are only interested in watching good quality entertainment, and they're not getting it with BBC at the moment, especially with Doctor Who. So it's nothing got to do with TV habits changing, because the consolidate, all these figures, all these ratings are taken into consideration now, and they take the TV habits into consideration, and it's still down, and the AI was down for Series 12 as well. So I mean, look, you can say whatever you want, you can criticize Peter all you want. Peter was on a Saturday night, was never given a permanent time slot. He was moved around. Jodie Whittaker was, and she was on a different day. She was on a Sunday, an easier day when it comes to getting ratings. So I don't buy this crap that, it was poor scheduling, poor promotion. Series 11 was on a Sunday, yeah, and start losing ratings from the first episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, and it continued to drop, right? We had a little reprieve, Jordan Rosa, and then it continued to drop. Okay, so no, don't be giving me this crap that TV habits have changed, because they haven't. Because here's the thing: it was on the same time Saturday, and it was on the same. It was on the same time Jordan Series 11 that it was Series 12. So they actually kept the same time slot, so people knew when it was on. And by the way, Series 11 was heavily promoted. Why didn't they heavily promote Series 12? Because they'd lost faith after Series 11. BBC do not like Doctor Who now. Right, and you could say that they do, they don't. They don't even promote Jodie Whittaker. They can't stand to promote her. They promote Christopher Eccleston. They promote David Tennant, right? Because they're the two big main audios that are coming out. They're concentrating on them. They're concentrating on other doctors as well. And we have seen on Twitter, because, people have been defending Peter Capaldi, people have decided to have go at classic doctors. The usual tactic from the morons when they don't get their way, they start saying, well, William Hartnell's not as good as Jodie Whittaker. Listen for a minute. Jodie Whittaker, right, if we were to do a real poll, right, and there wasn't any bots involved, right, and it was just Doctor Who fans, and they did a poll, Jodie Whittaker would not finish in the top 3. And Radio Times did do a poll, actually, that was running for months. And the result was David Tennant won, Tom Baker came second, and if I'm correct in saying, Jodie Whittaker finished in the bottom half. She finished 10th, she finished, I think, 9th in the list. She did beat William Hartnell, which, joke, but still, it was a proper poll, without the bots trying to rig it. And Peter did respectfully well, and Peter Davison as well. They tried to go after Peter Davison. Apparently Peter Davison had no good episodes or no good stories in his era. I would mention Caves and Earthshock just as an example, but there's plenty of more. But just goes to show you that they're so dumb, right? They don't even know about the show's past. And you know what? They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. So yeah, Revolution of the Daleks is not going to be a gift. It's going to be a disaster. The ratings are going to plummet even further, and BBC are going to realize that this is a shit show. So what I want you guys to do, people that are listening to me, boycott the festive special. Do not watch this festive special. If there was some that were considering and watching it just to hate watch it as such, don't. People will review this. The YouTubers that do it will review this. Don't watch this story. Send BBC a message, right? Under 3 million people, under 4 million people watch The Timeless Children. All right. So you've already done well. But we've got to make sure to send a message to the BBC. And listen, anyway, I don't really have to say it, because BBC have waited so long. And because there has been no promotion, people have actually lost interest anyway. I mean, nobody cares that the Daleks are in this now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what's even going to happen. Of course, everybody is speculating that Captain Jack. Nobody cares if Captain Jack comes back. So what if Captain Jack comes back? So what? His cameo was a disgrace. They only put him in because they knew that the show was doing so crap. They needed to bring back former actors to try and boost the ratings. That's all that was. That's all Captain Jack's cameo was to boost the ratings. And look what happened that night when Captain Jack appeared. Look at Twitter. There was more excitement for Captain Jack than there was for the whole series. Twitter went into meltdown, right? And how long was he on the screen for? Right? BBC know what they're doing. That's why Captain Jack will come back. He thinks by bringing him back. But listen, unfortunately, right, what happened was you did the cameo. You didn't treat him with the greatest respect when you gave him the cameo because his lines are pathetic. And, you know, he had a warning and then he disappears. But you only did that just to bring him in because you knew how popular he was. And fans have seen through that now. So if you bring him back, it's not going to work. Fans are not going to buy it now. They're not going to buy it. They're done with Doctor Who. They're done with this era anyway. So, you know, Revolution of the Daleks, according to Nicholas Briggs, is a gift. It's not. It's a nightmare. And we can't wait for it to be over. And the sooner that Whittaker regenerates and the sooner Chris Chibnall is given his P45 and kicked out of the building, the better. Because this can't go on any further. Because, you know, if it continues to go this way, right, we had under 3 million watching. I can guarantee you that these ratings, and I'm not messing, these ratings are going to go under 2 million if they if they continue to go on this way. So boycott the special. I know a lot of you were already boycotting the special, but let everybody else out there, if you know people out there are having, you know, they're having doubts whether they should watch it or not or support the BBC, go to them and tell them why they shouldn't support it and why they shouldn't support the BBC and why they shouldn't support this story. Okay? Because we got to send a message loud and clear. And it doesn't matter how many hashtags the J-bots set up. It doesn't matter how many things they do, no matter what they do on Twitter. Right? It doesn't matter what you do for Jodie Whittaker. You aren't going to save her. It's as simple as that. The damage is done and people want her gone. Now, you might live in your own bubble and think that everybody lives on Twitter and everything is rosy. But if you go outside Twitter and you listen to other people on other platforms and you talk to them and you talk to fans, they aren't happy with this era. So you're in for a bit of a shock, you are. And I think the low ratings, I have seen some of you come to terms with the fact that the ratings haven't actually done as well as they should. I think there is a realization by some of you out there that maybe some of us on this side are actually speaking some sense. Listen, I want Doctor Who to be the best that it can be, which means ratings-wise, story-wise, character development-wise, everything, right? But we're not getting that. And until we get that, I'm going to continue to criticize this show, this era. Chris Chibnall does not understand Doctor Who and he's supposed to be a fan. And I don't believe for 1 second that any fan in their right mind would write that pile of crap that he wrote. Because we see it every day in the fandom, stories written by fans, animation done by fans, everything. You see it, short stories, the whole lot, right? And they wouldn't write anything like this. They know to keep well away from the origins of the Time Lords. It's something they wouldn't even do as fans because we like that little bit of mystery. But Chris Chibnall decided that we don't need no mystery anymore when it comes to the Doctor. You know, the whole point of the show is Doctor Who. Now they will say, well, we still don't know who the Doctor is because there's a refugee left, you know, outside the portal. So do we know the Doctor's not from Gallifrey? So it's still Doctor Who. No, it's not. No, it's not still Doctor Who. The Doctor was born on Gallifrey, right? The Doctor was educated on Gallifrey, right? And that's the way it was. This timeless children will be retconned. Well, it won't be retconned, but it's been retconned by fans. Fans have rejected it. So it doesn't matter what happens in the Christmas special. The way fans will look at it is it's a continuation of the timeless children. And that's why this festive special will suffer. It's as simple as that. Listen, do me a favor. This is the first of a couple of videos that I'm doing today, and then we will have the live stream. But don't forget to give the video a like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think. So Revolution of the Daleks, according to Nicholas Briggs, is going to be a nice little gift for us all. But if you ask me, it's going to be a bloody nightmare. But let me know what you guys think, and I will leave you with Lee's intro. Oh, good luck.